okay, I'm not gonna lie, that fucking fight that we just saw, even though it was a tiny bit of that clash that we saw between Kamui and Oboro, that was fucking hype, I'm not gonna lie, those two fucking just take an entire spaceship, just clean out with just one blast, like the fucking space, the infinity of space cannot even hold what these two can do, and it's not to mention as well that the whole stuff with Gintoki and everyone, I'm going to just say right, that was a pretty hype chapter to be gaining like on this arc right now. So we do get to see at the start of the chapter that Umibozu took him to Utsuro, and he was pretty much explaining that, yeah, what do you think happened? Kamui escaped. It's like we kind of knew that he obviously got away, but he went through the vacuum of space. Now, just remember that it's a cold-ass place out there. You can't breathe, and, you know, pretty much your lungs start to, like, just fuck up in the inside. It's just like Kamui is able to survive that, and it shows that, you know, obviously, that's going to take a little bit more to actually kill him, so I'm actually looking forward to that, but that's just pretty much Umibozu was like, yeah, you try any of that shit, I will fucking take you guys on. That's just simple how it is, and it's just love when we saw that panel of the two just charging in, and it just took the entire spaceship with them. It's like, you know, and one thing that I really did like as we sort of disappeared from this place, because we actually saw Utsuro at the same thing as well when he was looking at him. We did see like Ubro at the back of them. It's like, and we did find out a little thing about him, which actually led more into what exactly is going on with Utsuro and him and their relationship. And it's basically Ubro like pretty much like survived like all this time, and it explains why he was able to survive all these times. It's because he actually has part of Utsuro's blood inside of him, and that blood was given to him by the old version, you know, by like Yoshoyo, and that's very interesting to see that like Obro like knew like him for the longest, and he's saying, I owe my life to you, you know, I'm gonna do everything, and it's like this explains why, one, he was able to survive that fight from Gintoki, because that was a mean-ass fight that he took from that guy. Not to mention, as well, his arm getting cut off, getting stabbed all that time, getting fucked up throughout the multiple arcs. Explains this guy can take a fucking beating, and it kind of explains, like, he can, like, definitely get dealt damage and deal, like, some deadly blows, but it doesn't seem like he can regenerate like that, like, because we do get to see, like, you know, he's still got the scar on his eye, you can't heal that. So I'm kind of confused about that, and I'm wondering as well, like, could that also explain, because he's saying, like, a human body can't really take that. So that makes me wonder, did he ever do that to anyone else? Did he, like, during, like, Gintoki or any of the other guys? Like, did he ever do that to any of, like, his actual, like, students? Did he ever do that to Gintoki, Katsura, Takasugi? Now, you think that might be only just, like, kind of reaching out there, but it's like, but no, it's like, you know, if he did this just to a random kid, then he would obviously do this to, like, his beloved students there in trouble or something. I mean, that would kind of maybe explain how Gintoki was able to survive all that poison, like, take all those stabs that he's been taking. Like, the guy is going through a cannon shot. He literally survived through a pile of corpses getting cannon shot. Regardless of what, the force of that hitting you would be so. And now you think it's pretty dumb. It's like, oh, it's fucking anime manga. It's like, bullshit like that happens all the time. But I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting that Gintoki might have actually taken some of the blood from him, like, you know, previously, like, when he was a kid or something. Or maybe it just happened, like, when they were not noticing. Like, maybe he just, like, slipped it into fucking, I don't know. But it seems like it takes a large amount to revive someone, so there's a lot of questionability about that. But, like, I'm kind of curious to see more about, like, Utsuro and the whole Shoyo thing. And I felt like this actually gave some clarification to Oboro, because I thought, yeah, Oboro was pretty cool. He's a bit badass, but we never really knew too much about him. And this is why I kind of liked about this chapter. It's like, we actually got quite a big bit on him and Utsuro at the same time. Not to mention as well, when we actually saw, like, you know, with the Kihete, well, actually one member of it we got to see, you know, Banjo, is that he woke up and he was like, what the fuck am I? You know, he's all fucked up. He's like getting in there, and turns out it's Sakamatsu, of all people, that actually saved him with them, because, you know, they actually got reports of saying, like, well, while the Harasame was going down, they were talking about, oh, some people there was a third party involved that actually tried to take care of, like, everyone that tried to save them. And funny enough, there was a Yato involved and all that, and it's like Sakamatsu's like right hand that is involved, and it's like, so you're thinking, like, you know, I put two together, yeah, he's there, he's like, yeah, we're gonna get your boss back like that, let's go and fuck this shit. So it keeps making it sound like that he somehow survived with, like, Takasugi, because it, like, Takasugi's obviously not with them, and he's just like, so it sounds like Takasugi is obviously somewhere else, and it's like, maybe that's with Kami, maybe Kami made it back and he managed to get there. Like, it's very confusing, like, what exactly is happening with him right now. And when we saw as well, it's like, this is why I said I wanted an alliance, and we're getting it. We're getting all of Sakamatsu's people We're getting Katsura with the Joey Rebellions, and like we've got Kagura who as well, who at the start of the chapter, which was the funniest part, is like we saw her with the Kihete, like sort of like, you know, having a bit of a laugh and saying she's joining up with them, and then Gintoki, Shinpachi, and I guess you can count like Sadaharu into it as well, them joining up with like Katsura and Sakamatsu, and I'm like, this is what I want to see. Now, it kind of begs the question, like with this alliance that we've got going on right now, is anyone else going to be joining it? Obviously, I feel like we're going to have to see a little bit join, like, union between the Kihete and also as well with the Gintoki's group. Like, that'll probably be down the line when they're probably both attacking him with Utsuro's army. But it kind of begs the question as well, what about the other guys? Like, are they going to be coming on later on? Are we going to be seeing, you know, like I keep saying, you know, I want Tsukio's people to arrive. Are we going to be seeing other people from the district joining in, the 4 divas? Like, I'm kind of curious about that. Hey, like, maybe we might even get that shitty prince on that Prince Baga that, like, actually brings some fucking warriors in. I mean, fucking hell, he's royalty. Might as well bring some stuff in there. So, yeah, it's kind of the big thing to see, like, what's going to happen, like, if because also as well, there wasn't any farewells as well. No one said bye or anything, like, to anyone, like, so Otai and all them are going to be there. And obviously, I feel like, you know, especially with the Shinsengumi, they're going to join later at some point. Although they kind of went their own way to do their shit. It's like, I feel like it's a bit weird if you're going to really leave it off on this arc, if they're just going to retreat from this arc and you're going to do another one, and if this isn't the final one, it's like, I can definitely see, like, you know, if these guys are going to get in a fucking pickle, they're going to really, really need the heavy guns. And who are the heavy guns? The Shinsengumi. Like, they're the ones that are there, that are pretty much on, like, near that fucking level, but it's like, they're there as a big heavy force to take on some of these warriors, and I feel like we're going to need Kondo, we're going to need Hikata, we're going to need Sogo, fuck it, bring Yamasaki along, bring all of them, that's what I mean, that's why I want in this big war, bring all them fucking characters like that, just all of them, big fucking mosh pit, let's go, let them fight, and just kill a bunch of aliens, that's what I want to see. Honestly, I absolutely am really hyped for this alliance. I think this is a fucking sick alliance, getting like everyone involved with this, and I absolutely love that. It's just like, yeah, this is very well planned. It's like one thing that really got to me at the end of the chapter is like, because like the Kihete is saying, you do know we could just use you as like as a hostage right now, like why did you even join us? And it's like she's pretty much explaining like she's doing this, you know, just to rescue her stupid families, but it's also as well she knows that her actual family, which she said like, you know, all of my family here on Earth, and it's just like it goes back to when she was like in like I believe it was like 5:15 when she said I'm a girl of Earth now. It's like that's who I am. And she's like, because she even said like straight up to him, like even if you had not done such a dumb thing, and whether if I had acted not selfishly or not, they would have still come. They would surely come in order to protect my family. So I must act as well in order to save my other family. And I fucking love that. Just like shows development on Kagura. It just showed like resolve. Like Gintoki and like Shinpachi know what they're getting into. They know this. Like they've got shit to resolve, and it's like, we ain't leaving our girl. That like Gintoki's like, that's like that little girl there. She's like a little sister or like a little like daughter. They go. Shinpachi's like, that's my little sister out there. I've got to protect her. Like Shinpachi's been more of a sister than what fucking ever Kamui's been. I can tell you that much. It's like these guys aren't leaving her alone. They're going out. Yeah, they may be going on different like ships and they're there, but it's like, you know, Yoriza still fucking lives. And it kind of reminds me a bit of the movie like Forever Yoriza, like when they had that moment together. It's like no matter fucking what, even if they've been separate, even if it's been all those years, they'll be fucking together. And it's just like that right there was like, that meant a lot, I felt like, to everyone that was watching it. It was just such an emotional chapter, and it's a giant fucking war, guys. Come on, like you've got every single like near character coming in there to fuck people up in fucking space. That's what all I want. So I'm honestly really excited to see the next thing like that. But it's like huge development on Kagura. Everyone's now ready. They're now about to set off. Like, it's just great setup, and I just can't wait. Honestly, I'd give this one to an 8.5, like, out of 10. Like, it was a really fantastic chapter, and I can't wait. And they brought back a little bit of the comedy. I know a lot of us have been complaining about that. I've been saying it about for a couple of weeks now, but it's like, you know, all that jokes that you had with Kagura at the start, that was so, like, that was really nice just to see, and it was just, like, a nice blend of the chapters, like, going back to seriousness and going back to like the baddies, finding out about Obro as well. I never thought we'd find anything really out about that guy. I thought he was just some fucking like punk ass, cool ass, like, you know, fucking assassin. But we found out a really deep thing about him, and like a little thing a bit more about Shoya, which I love. But they're great chapters. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this chapter. Personally, for me, it's great, but you know me, I'm the Gintama tard. So that's all from me. So thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.